Yo, what's up, guys? Steve, Weber's Party Rentals. It is Sunday, November 5th. It is 64 degrees. It's been a little chilly out here in New Jersey. The season is definitely coming to a quick halt. We just to recap, we've been really busy outside of like what's the upcoming months. Expecting it to slow down though, because it's going to start getting really cold and people aren't really having parties and stuff. And if they do, it's inside with banquets, and a lot of the banquets offer those services as well. So yeah, we're expecting a big halt. Just some updates. We looked into insurance for the photo booth. I think it's going to be like $300 a year, which really isn't bad. I still got to find somebody to do it. I've been calling around, and a lot of places say that the party rental industry isn't worth the investment for their business model. So I'm gonna have to find somebody that does specialize in it and capitalizes on the party rental services. But it is something I was looking into. That's that. We had 2 orders this weekend. The 2 orders were about $150 total between the both of them. One was in Mount Laurel. One was in West Deptford. 30% of that was delivery fees. The one was $30, the other one was $20. I thought about this too, because I was getting like a little bit of pushback eventually. So I was getting pushback. So I lowered my cost for delivery and I think it's working in its favor, especially now that it's slow. I don't want somebody to be deterred over $10-$20 on a delivery fee when I also have the cost of the rentals. The delivery fee, like if I had to pay somebody to deliver the items, I wouldn't really budge. But if I'm in a place where I'm still not paying for somebody, I feel like it's, I can kind of bottom feeding right now, honestly, especially as it gets slow. It can be more lenient because I don't have all these orders going on. If I was super busy, I would pick and choose the orders that I want. It's just being from a business perspective without putting too much pressure on the client. So I've been really focusing on closing the client. I don't want them to not go with our services over $10-$20 because I got greedy on a delivery fee. But yeah, that's that. Expecting some more orders coming up for Thanksgiving. It's 2 or 3 weeks before. I think I have 3 orders booked already for Thanksgiving, which is really cool. But again, we covered this last episode. I think it's going to be a rough one, like a rough time patch, because we're going into the wintertime, so I'm expecting some orders for Christmas, some orders for New Year's, obviously Thanksgiving. Everybody sits down to eat dinner, and they need chairs and tables, and they got 20-30 people coming to their house. They need more seating, so we'd be happy to help. Been thinking about the other items that we're going to invest in. I'm in a party rental group, and somebody kind of asked a question that I wanted to ask myself, but sometimes you just don't do it, because this group has 20-30,000 people in it, and there's the big dogs in the game. There's the backyard warriors. There's people in between. There's people with 2 guys. There's people with 20 guys. There's people doing $200,000. There's people doing $10,000. There's people doing $2 million. So what they were recommending is, like, if you're not doing inflatables, definitely get some tents. Definitely get round tables. They said first what they would do is they would get regular white chairs, and then the 6-foot tables. And then once you have an inventory of that, they would go into the round tables, which really makes sense because not a lot of orders, but there's a lot of people that send me messages that are looking for round tables, and I don't have them, So I've been thinking about that, but the round tables are a lot bigger, so I have to also question that too. But I'm going to make a business plan. This is something that so far I've had it in my head, but once you start growing in numbers, you really need to know where your money's going and what you're spending it on, and the cost of just everything, like the photo booth, for example. Like, I have an $80 overhead with the photo booth right now, monthly, and like it's not booked yet. So like, was that a good investment? You know, right now we're losing $80 a month unless we can get it booked. You know, I've been looking into some other ways of how to advertise it, but you know, it's neither here nor there. But we got to get that thing advertised in order to make money on it, in order to support it. So like as of right now, you know, it's still, I don't expect it to be a big thing, like, because once we get one order with it, it'll cover, you know, 5 months of operating. I get, you know, $125 an hour, which is even undercutting the local competition, which is kind of frowned upon, you know, but it's not something I specialize in. So with the photo booth, like it's an extra add-on. So it's kind of my thoughts on that. What else we got going on? What do you guys got? What do we got? Still want to look into a van with a lift gate, not a van, a box truck with a lift gate. I was thinking about that too. Like if I go to, say, U-Haul, some of these investments I can make happen, and then just do primarily pickup for you guys to pick them up. That would be an idea too. And then if you do want delivery, obviously I would have to really up my charge for delivery, but that's something I don't want to do right now. So with every $2,000 I spend, I can make an extra $200 a month, which in perspective, you know, if you're going $2,000 a month, that'll take you to $2,800 a month, and $2,800 will take you to like what, like 36, 37, something like that. I don't know off the top of my head, but so it grows very quickly. So like in the next, like, once March hits, you know, we're gonna go from doing, because that's about where we're at right now, we're doing about, on busy weekends, we're doing about $500 to $600. So it's anywhere from $2,000 to $2,400. So from, you know, March to the end of September is really busy season. I'm not really banking on March, but at least April, June. So we're gonna have like 3-4 solid good months where we're gonna be able to grow our $5,000 in inventory to about, I mean, with luck, $20,000-$30,000 worth of inventory. We'll kind of see where it goes, but, and then from there, the next year, that's when we really start breaking numbers. Because if you can take 20,000 and turn it into 28,000, and then, you know, eventually you're doing, at the end of the following season, we're doing $60,000-$70,000. You know, it's kind of the 3-year plan. Because after that, you know, $60,000, you know, you're doing probably 100 plus, you know. It kind of depends how I do it too, you know. This is why I want to make a business plan, because I want to make sure that I understand where we're going to be at in 3 years, and this way I don't undercut everything. Like I don't like, for example, like I don't want to think that, like, you know, like end of next year we're going to hit $300,000 in sales. Like that's not realistic, you know what I mean? I want to have a realistic goal. Like within 3 years we'll be doing $100,000 in sales. And I think that's fair, you know? And once we hit that, that's when you have to really start looking for serious advisement or understand your business model. Just thoughts, you know, really start digging into the marketing and how you're branding your image, you know. But yeah, I don't know what else I have for you guys. It's been kind of low key. Been messing around with ChatGPT, made some cool images. If you're not on ChatGPT, you should, because you can turn really bad language into like professional grade words, you know. You really sound appealing. And it's not that you wouldn't be able to otherwise, but it really helps to have, it's like having a professional opinion without having that person, you know. Also too, the images are crazy. I've been making some, my friend actually has been doing that for me. Just like, I think it's Wally is the program. It's on ChatGPT, but it makes crazy images. I've shared some on my Instagram if you guys want to check that out. It's Weber's Party Rentals on Instagram. But yeah, just, you know, that's the goals. That is what we're doing. We don't have any orders booked next week, but we didn't have any orders booked this week. So hopefully we can scrounge in a couple $100 next weekend as well. I'm sure we will, you know. It's just everybody's last minute when they're ordering stuff. So, and having the inventory available is definitely what makes you stand out, because I think that's what happens to a lot of people. They get messages and then they don't have the inventory. So yeah, I will leave it there and let you guys get after it. A little 10-minute video. Hope you enjoyed it, and let us know in the comments how you feel, what you think, if we should cover anything, what your thoughts are, all that good stuff. Who, what, where, why, when, sometimes how. You know how it is. We'll catch you on the next one.